No, please, no. Fire.
No.
Smoke. It hurts. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Squad of Humans podcast. Today it's going to be a lot smaller of a group than usual. It's just going to be me, Fab, and Brian. If you guys want to introduce yourselves really quick, Fab,
What up? It's Fab.
Brian.
No.
Okay.
No.
Anyways, so today we don't really have like one strict topic. Like last week we had like the Eureka story. That was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't know. But last week we had the Eureka story and it was very straightforward. Like that was the main topic. This week we don't really have some big story, so it's probably just gonna be a bunch of little stories and just some banter back and forth. So yeah, how do we want to start this off?
um,
Um
let's talk.
and
Let's talk about the end. Yeah, I noticed in the previous podcast, for all you listeners out there listening to this, I noticed that Jackson, every single time he would try to explain something, he'd be like, like,
Yeah. So I say that a lot. Sorry. Not really. I don't fucking care. Fuck you. Anyways, so I bought a boat.
He wants to fuck you.
No, I bought a boat. I don't want to. No, I bought a boat. That's not what I said.
You wouldn't fuck your viewers?
Brian, shut up, bro.
I mean, if they're like about 5'6" with blonde hair and maybe some brown accents and skinny
Brown
waist
accents.
and
Is that like
like
African?
big booty and like some nice titties. Yeah, maybe I would. I don't know. I'd have to peep it though first.
Did he just tell us his type?
Maybe.
Oh,
Anyways,
the girls would be over 18, by the way. Just
obviously,
pointing that out there.
yes, obviously over 18. Anyways,
Howard.
so I got bored last week at work, and I was like, I'm gonna get my boater's license, and I was like, well, I should probably buy a boat if I'm gonna get my boater's license. So I started looking on Facebook Marketplace, and I found a boat for like $4,000. And it was just like an old ski boat, and I was like, screw it. And I texted the guy, I was like, yo, I want your boat. And then the next day I ended up going and buying it. And I I like boats. Haven't really been around them in a while. Um I had no clue how to drive a boat, but I got my boater's license. And I took it out like first day I got it with Brian and some of our other friends. Went horribly. I
Didn't go horrible.
Okay, it didn't go horrible, but I definitely had no clue what I was doing. To start off,
shut off once.
I like floored it and just kept it floored the whole time we were driving at like RPM, like red line, and we were just cruising, and all of a sudden the engine just shut off. Don't know why it did that.
Do that.
I don't think so. But I took it out a couple other times in between now and then and kind of got the hang for driving it, and I ended up going out and buying like a wakeboard and a surfboard and put my ski tower on, and I was like, okay, I want to try like wakeboarding. So yesterday I got some friends together, and we went out to a lake by our houses, and we took it out, started going, and had a pretty calm morning. Like we were out there like 10:30 ish, so it was pretty early. Had a cooler packed full of drinks and all the good stuff, and we get out. We find a little swimming hole, and we start swimming and get back on the boat. I'm like, all right, it's time to do some wakeboarding. Like I only tried this a couple of times. Last time I did okay, so let's try it out with this new board.
You say you
And
found a swimming hole on the lake?
Yeah, it was like a cove, and it was pretty nice. And it was a little
Isn't
swimming
the
hole.
whole thing a swimming hole?
I mean, I guess like the whole lake is a swimming hole.
Shut up. Both you shut up right now. I'm right, you're wrong. Shut up.
Instead of saying, I found a swimming hole in the lake, maybe like you jumped in the lake.
Okay, we went swimming in the lake. Okay, got back on my boat. Got back on my boat, and I was like, "All right, it's time to wakeboard. Like, let's go. Let's do this. Like, I'm ready to wakeboard." Um, so I like get on the board, like I get out there, I grab onto the rope, I get up, like first time we go, I'm hitting little jumps over the wake. 'Cause my boat doesn't put out like a big wake, but it's enough to have some fun. So I'm just hitting little jumps, like getting comfortable with the board and the boat and the water and how everything rides. And my friend that's driving, he's going pretty fast. And I hit a jump bigger than the other ones I was hitting. I caught my front end, like my front just went straight into the water, and I smacked the water, probably going like 25 miles an hour. And I just rolled over on my back, and my whole face was just numb. I was just like, fuck, fuck, fuck.
Was
Like
your
just
entire face
screaming.
red?
I had 2 black eyes that day.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but they weren't terrible. So I mean, I still have like black bags pretty bad, but it's not. That could just be from like lack of sleep. I don't know. But oh, there it is. So I get back up and I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine. Let's do another run. The last thing I remember is grabbing onto the rope, and then like that, I'm back on the boat, and we're driving back to the dock, and I'm like, David, how did I get here? He's like, we're on your boat, we're on the lake, like we both drove to your house this morning and picked us up, and then we came up here, and you're wakeboarding, you fell, you hit your head pretty hard. I was just like, oh yeah, yeah, I kind of remember that. And then I'm like, but how did I get on the boat? It's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I just I remember crashing, and then like I now I'm on the boat. And he was just like, what? I was like, yeah, like I don't remember. I'm like, how much have I drank? He's like half of your beer. I'm just like, oh yeah, I don't remember. Like last time, I was like, I'm gonna call my dad. He's like, you've already called your dad 4 times.
Holy shit.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm just like, okay, well, where are we going? He's like, Cinnamudi, that's where we launched. So I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. And we get back, and I still don't remember that 10 to 15 minutes. I don't remember taking the wakeboard off my feet. I don't remember climbing back into the boat. I don't remember the second run I did. Like, I don't remember anything. And I was the first one to go, and that was like my first run on the board. It was my first or second run on the board. So, like, it sucked that this happened. And um yeah, so I was really messed up. I couldn't really remember that whole morning until like yesterday afternoon. Things kind of came together, but I still don't remember that like 10 to 15 minutes. Like it's the weirdest feeling. It's frustrating. Like I'm super mad I can't remember it. But like I don't know. It's just really weird. It was a really weird experience. Thought I'd share. I thought it was pretty funny. Um yeah. So that's how my day went yesterday. I have a terrible headache all today. My neck hurts. Um so
Jackson, was this why you smoked so much weed that you passed out last night?
yeah, it was. Yeah. That 100% is why.
Jackson does.
Yeah, let me talk about that. Let me talk about that really quick.
Go ahead.
So last night, I think we were gonna record this last night.
You
but-
guys talk about it. I'm gonna get baked real quick.
Okay. So I think we were gonna do the podcast last night, but I was like bored. I was waiting for everyone to get on, and so me and Brian were just chilling Discord. I was sharing my screen. We had just watched the new Tokyo Revengers episode, and I was like, let's watch the Misfits podcast because I think they had an episode we hadn't heard yet. And so I pulled it up on YouTube and we're watching. I flipped my monitor around, lay down on my bed, and I have my headset on, and I like disconnected my microphone from my stand, and I'm like holding my mic talking to Brian, and I'm getting pretty high, and I'm just relaxing, and I just start drifting in and out of consciousness, like falling asleep, coming back, falling asleep, coming back. I'm just trying to stay awake like really hard, and I guess I ended up falling asleep for good, like with my headset on, mic in hand. The next thing that happened, I woke up 5 a.m. in the morning, and wake up, mic still in hand, Headset is around my neck. Weed pen in my other hand. Nicotine on my lap. Just sit in a like I'm sat right up. Like I fell asleep sitting up. And I'm just like, oh, what happened? I look at my phone. It's 5 a.m. I have a bunch of missed calls from Fab. So I call Fab back. It's like, I'm not expecting him to answer. He answers and he is still on Discord at 5 in the morning doing nothing.
I wasn't doing
I don't.
nothing.
Okay, what were you doing at 5 in the morning on
I was
Discord
playing
alone?
the GTA update.
Oh, is it fun? I've been
Oh
wanting to
yeah,
hop
the new
on.
update for GTA, dude, it's really fun.
The
Honestly.
drift cars and stuff.
Yeah, they got like the RX-7 and the S2K.
Yeah. I
Brian.
saw they updated a bunch of stuff, so
Yeah.
I want to hop back on and check it out.
Yeah, you should. It's really good actually.
Yeah,
They
it
added
looks
like a
really
test
fun.
track where you can like test out cars and stuff and
Fucking
Ooh,
insane.
that's sick.
Yeah.
How about the new Battlefield 2042 trailer? You guys see that yet?
Fire.
Dude, that
So
shit is
good.
fire.
Looks amazing. It's like I had very low expectations and I didn't want to get my hopes up at all because like sometimes like with Battlefield it's either going to be amazing or it's going to flop.
True.
And I was like I think this one's going to flop. Like I don't think I think it's going to be too futuristic. They got the dog. Like I wasn't feeling it. I watched that trailer and now I'm hyped. I'm so hyped, bro.
Which
Yeah.
one did you watch?
The new one, the one that just came out like yesterday with
That
the
shows the Portal game mode?
yeah, the Portal one.
They released a new trailer yesterday?
Yeah. So
Oh
basically,
shit.
they're bringing back maps from I think it's Bad Company 2. What's the World War II one? 19 or is it World War One?
Isn't that
I don't know.
BF1?
Yeah, 1942. The first, very first.
1942. Yeah, and then Battlefield 4, and they're bringing back all the
Probably
vehicles,
some Battlefield 3.
all of the guns from each game.
Dude.
And you can set up like portal game modes where one team will be strictly Bad Company 2 stuff, and one team will be strictly like Battlefield 2042 stuff.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
There's
so
like World War II and stuff. It's fucking insane.
so like in the gameplay trailer, it showed like they had one game mode set up where it was I think all tanks versus all EOD machines, like the EOD bombers, and it was just like 100 of these EOD bombers attacking 2 tanks. It
My
looked
God.
so fun. And then like one was just a bunch of World War II guys with knives versus the I think it was Battlefield 4 that had the electric pads as the melee thing. It was just like 64 versus 64 of just that.
Dude.
Looked insanely fun.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it looked amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'll have to like watch the new trailer eventually.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is rest in peace, COD.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean,
Call of Duty's gonna
I feel like
it's gonna die.
I feel like
Duty
COD might have
Vanguard
something
is
good coming
already
out.
doing so terrible.
What's Call of Duty Vanguard? Explain it for
next
me.
Call of Duty is another World War II Call of Duty.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's a World War II.
How do I know to trust you,
That's-
Brian?
I mean, just
I
look up
don't-
Call of Duty Vanguard.
I'll look it up.
Hey, Brian, you want to tell your story about driving? You said you had something on that.
Oh,
You driving to
okay.
work yesterday or something?
I was driving to work this morning, right?
Mhm.
And I
Oh,
drive
God.
fucking fast, dude. I was like hitting 90, just around corners and stuff. I was probably up in like the hundreds a couple times, but don't tell my mom about that one.
What if your mom finds the podcast?
Dude, if my mom found the podcast, I'd be screwed.
Hey, mom,
I'd be so
if you
screwed.
find the podcast, fuck you.
Mom, if you
Oh.
find the podcast, no, you didn't.
What happens in the podcast stays in the podcast.
True.
But
Anyways,
yes,
go on.
So I drive fucking fast, and nobody fucking catches up to me. Nobody stays with me because I'm just too fast. And
I don't think that's
there
fine.
was No, I'm just faster than everybody. I just pass everybody. I like to lead. Um, and I'm going like 90, 100-ish, just like in these like little corners and stuff. And there was nobody behind me for a long time, and I kind of just look in my rear view mirror, and I'm going around a turn, and I just see this like flash of light, like it's another pair of headlights coming
Oh
through the
no.
trees. I was like, why is what was that? I didn't think of it anything at the moment, and I was just kind of like, oh, the fucking trees are lights. I guess I don't know.
The trees have
Uh,
lights. Yeah, makes
the,
sense.
It's the Vietnamese. They're in the
dude,
trees.
and I just keep driving,
So
and
hang on, I'm gonna interrupt. For those of you that don't know, Brian lives on a highway that is literally like the windiest mountain road. Like it's just one lane the whole way, and I mean there's a couple passing lanes, but not much. And it's super curvy, and it's the same road that I have to drive every day to work or every week to work. And it's a sketchy road. A lot of people crash and have really bad accidents because there are a lot of sheer drop offs. Anyways, go ahead, Mr.
Wait,
Racer
wait,
Man.
wait. There's a lot of crashes, but Brian goes 90 down those windy ass roads.
Oh, I
dude,
do too.
I'm not a
I did
fucking
too. I
coward.
raced down that road.
All
I
right.
race so many people. But yeah, so I look in my rear view and I'm like just driving straight and this going like almost 110. And this Toyota Corolla, a Toyota fucking Corolla, dude. It's white, it has a carbon hood. I'm like,
Oh, oh, run.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I gotta speed up. I'm already going like 100, 110. I gotta go faster. I can't let someone like catch up to me. This doesn't happen.
That's
This has
definitely
never
a
happened
that
before.
Brian. That's definitely a sleeper.
I
Yeah,
know.
100%,
And
100%.
and I'm just like going and I'm zooming like I'm in the zone, and this guy's just on me. I'm like, does this guy ever stop? Does he ever break a sweat? Come on, dude, chill. It's 4 in the morning. Holy shit, what are you doing?
You
And then
drive to work at 4 o'clock in the morning every
well,
day?
4:30 in the morning. Yeah.
God damn, dude.
The roads are pretty empty, but I just got a shift change, so now I'm 1 to 9:30 p.m. So tomorrow I'll be working until 9:30. But anyway, that's besides the point. Um, and uh, then we get to the area where the road is straight downhill, and it's a broken yellow, so you could pass, but it's not like a passing lane and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm going downhill. I think I hit 145 or something.
Holy shit.
Oh my
And this
God.
guy was just still on me. While I'm at 145, the Kia sounds like it's gonna commit suicide.
Explode.
Right?
The Kia does not belong in the 145 mile per hour
It doesn't
area.
belong in the triple digits at all.
That's
It's a
so
Kia.
fact. Yeah.
That's
And
true.
I just kind of see this guy just like his car is not even breaking a sweat. I'm not gaining any distance. I just see his blinker. He's going tick, 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 and dude
Wait, hang on.
passes me.
It's a
like
Toyota
it's-
Corolla?
Yes.
Bro, you're racing Takumi Fujiwara. You were racing
my
Takumi
God.
Fujiwara. You
Oh.
legit were racing modern day Takumi Fujiwara.
That's yeah.
He just pulled up on you in a Corolla.
And yeah, like what I was saying, a 145 straight line. His blinker goes on, and he like goes into the left lane. I was like, oh, this is gonna take a second for him to get past me. No, all I hear is like, his engine is screaming, and he just
And
passes
he's just
me like it's
gone.
nothing. Like he probably went up into the 200s. That motherfucker was going fast
In
I
a
was like,
Corolla?
in a
don't think
fucking Corolla.
I don't think
Are
a
you sure it
Corolla
was
can
a
go
Corolla?
200.
I mean, if
Dude.
it's tuned enough, yeah, it can. But are you sure it
When
was a
it-
Corolla?
When it passed me and went in front of me, when I looked at its rear end, like I hope number one, I hope it's over 18, so I'm not a fucking pedophile. But 2, the car had a spoiler, and it said Toyota Corolla.
Was it the TRD Pro version?
I don't know. Usually when I see like a Toyota Corolla, the writing is in like gold or silver, but this one it was just matte black, so it was really easy
Ooh.
to read.
Was it what color was the car?
It
He
was
said it was white.
with a carbon hood and a carbon
And it was
spoiler.
new?
No, it didn't really look new. It probably looked more like a uh early below 2010, like 2000,
Ooh.
2007,
That
2010.
makes it even more interesting. That's weird. I have never seen a Corolla in that year with a carbon hood around here. That's
Right?
weird.
Well, he came
That's
from the fucking mountains, so maybe that's why.
I hope I see him driving up to work tomorrow. That'll be interesting.
That's the first time I've ever seen him on
That
the
would be a
road.
good podcast story.
What?
Jackson sees the Toyota Corolla.
I found him. No, so I got a little car story too. So we had some new neighbors move in behind us, and we live on a corner, and they moved on the opposite corner. So like we have sharing backyards and side yards and stuff. And they had one of the guys there has a 240 SX S13. And if you don't know what that car is, it's like a legendary car, like it's a drift car, and I want one very badly. So when I first saw it, I put a note on the windshield being like, hey, I have money. I will pay you a lot of money if you give me car. And never got back to me, never got back to me. It's been like 3 weeks now. Finally, I get a text today saying, hey, this is Joey. I'm the guy with the 240. I'm not selling it, but if you want to come over and check it out and maybe drive it, like no problem. So I run over there as fast as I can because I'm like, I want to see this thing up close. And end up talking to the guy for like 2 hours about cars, like super chill dude. They also have a Miata at their house. And like I met a really cool dude with a really cool car, and he said he would teach me to drift in it. So that's really cool.
That's hella cool.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm
I could
excited
just
'cause-
I could just imagine Jackson wearing cargo shorts and flip flops running over to him wanting to drive that 240 SX.
no, I was wearing my swimsuit and my moccasins.
Same
Fuck
difference.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I looked like a total frat bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. I've never had that kind of experience, but it was nice just getting to talk to someone about cars forever. And it's nice that he lives so close because now like if I want to like wash my car or something and I want some company, I'd be like, hey, Joey, what you doing? And turns out, Brian, he knows Peyton and all of our friends because he
No
plays
way.
yeah, he plays airsoft with them. And he was like, next time you see Peyton, call him Rip Ass for me.
Hell yeah.
Apparently, that's what they call him. Speaking of that kid, speaking of Peyton, can I tell a story about how he got in trouble?
Go for it.
Do you know the full story?
I don't know. I'm gonna let me try. I think I know
Yeah.
the full story.
I'll
Okay, fill
I'll
in
be
where
on
I'm
it.
missing. Okay. So our friend Peyton is an idiot. Like he's just very stupid. Just like I don't know why, but he just has like no common sense. And
None.
he he was at Kai's house, our friend Kai with Brian hanging out. They went to their friend's house down the street, one of Kai's friends. And they like
Not to do drugs.
they like to do drugs.
No.
And
Brian,
And
you're so
so-
fucked if your mom catches or finds out about this podcast.
No.
I am.
no,
Yeah, you.
his mom wouldn't care. My
My
mom
mom
would
said-
care.
Bring her drugs.
Anyways,
Bring me some.
anyways, so they go over to that house and they partake in some dabs. If you've never taken one or don't know what one is, it's basically pure THC and it gets you really, really high. And you have to have a special rig to do these things. And
It
so
was nothing.
so
It's weak.
shut up. So there was a video taken of Peyton wearing a ghillie suit playing Tarkov while taking a dab. And it was I don't know if it was sent to Peyton or was on Peyton's phone, but somehow it got on Peyton's phone. And Peyton's mom, who is psychotic, wanted him, I guess, to go back home because I think Brian had picked him up. Wanted him to go back home and grab his truck so that he would have a way to get home if he needed him to come home early or something without inconveniencing us. Which makes no sense, but you know what?
No,
Whatever.
his mom said that she wanted to drop him off, and then she wanted him to go back in an hour when she's done playing bingo at 9:30 at night. So
That's
he
kind
can
of
pick up his
sus.
truck. And all the keys were, or his truck keys were locked in the house.
Oh my
I don't
god.
know
God.
why his mom didn't let him just drive there in the first place,
Right?
but she didn't, and then he got in trouble for not
Anyways,
riding
we'll get
Peyton
there. We'll get
back.
there.
Yeah,
So,
explain it.
so Brian had called Peyton's mom. Was like, "Yeah, no problem. I'll give him a ride over there, and we'll pick up his truck. No problem. No big deal." But Calvary, Peyton's little brother, was like, "Hey, I'll just give you a ride back over there. Like, no problem."
'Cause he was
So
in the
Peyton,
area.
yeah, so Peyton goes with Calvary to go pick up his truck. Shelly, Peyton's mom, calls Peyton and is like, "Hey, where are you?" He's like, "Oh, I'm with Brian on my way to go pick up my truck." Don't know why he didn't just say, "Oh, I'm with Calvary, my little brother, on my
Right.
way to go get my truck." Like,
Oh god.
I don't know why he lied about that. Anyways, so then Shelly calls Brian and is like, "Hey, where's Peyton?" And
Oh
I was so
no.
fucking baked, dude. I thought
Brian goes,
it sounded like she had a lisp. Yeah.
"He's with Calvary picking up his truck." So Peyton gets home. He gets in trouble for lying about who he was with.
This
And she
is like
takes his
30
phone.
minutes after he took a
She took
nap.
his phone?
She takes his phone and she goes through it. And she
Oh
finds
no.
said video of him in a ghillie suit taking a dab.
Oh god.
And I don't even want to know what was said after that because frankly, she scares me. I'm in love with her, but she scares me. Like, she's a terrifying woman. So,
She's a lawyer, and she's blonde and dumb as fuck.
Brian,
but
What is
she
there to be
is
you
scared of?
you
smoking.
are
She is smoking.
you are saying too many things.
I'm sorry.
No, he's not saying
I
to me.
said
It's
a
fine. It's
lawyer,
fine.
and she's dumb as fuck.
And
How's
she's
that?
really hot. Anyways,
That's a minor detail that's very unimportant to the friend group. Just so
yeah,
everyone knows. Yeah.
she's my wife. Anyways,
Shut up,
um,
Jackson.
shall we start knocking off topics off of the my podcast topics list on my
Go
You
notes?
for
didn't
it.
tell the full story.
Except for the fattest
Wait,
short
what else
part
happened? What else
because
happened, Brian?
So when he got home and he was like grounded and stuff, apparently she like went into Peyton's room and was like, "Really? You think I wouldn't call Melanie, which is
Brian's
my
mom.
my mother?" Yes, he calls my mom, and my mom didn't say anything. She told me everything she said, and I know she doesn't lie about that stuff because she doesn't need to, and she's probably fucking baked at the time of the phone call. Which is just what my family does, I guess. And like he gets a little bit mouthy. Will this get taken down if I explain domestic violence?
we could just edit it out. I mean, the people who are listening right now will be able to hear
I
it.
don't. I
but
think it'll be fine. I don't think
It-
it's domestic violence, but I think it'll be fine.
Okay, here I'll explain this domestic violence to you, and then you can decide.
Okay.
all right.
So he gets mouthy with his mom and is like
As
Wait,
you do.
who?
I think we've
His-
all been there.
his
Peyton.
mother.
Peyton? Okay.
Yeah, I think we've
Yeah.
all been there. Cottonmouthly.
Yep.
Yeah, we've all gotten mouthy with Shelly.
Yeah, yeah.
Brian, just
I
continue
have,
with the
for
story,
sure.
bro.
All right. And where's my thought going? Oh, sorry, baked. His, this is very difficult. But Shelly starts like knocking stuff over, and Peyton's like, "The fuck are you doing, Mom? You're knocking shit over." Surprise. His what is like stepdad?
Yeah, it's his stepdad.
Not a stepdad. Okay. His stepdad walked in.
He
and had
got
a bit
into
of
an
a-
altercation with his dad, and then he got kicked out of the house for mouthing and stuff.
That's too
and,
boring. That doesn't explain enough. He got a little bit frisky on the floor
Brian-
with his step.
He got a little frisky on the floor with his
Anyways,
stepdad.
Peyton's
Oh, yeah.
okay. Peyton's okay. He's living with his real dad now, and everything's okay now. So,
His
we can
real
leave
dad
that
came
part
back
in.
with the milk. It was good.
Yeah. So, yeah, podcast topics list. Let's do that now. Okay. So in my notes, I don't have a lot. All I have is Boba equals bad. I don't know
Boba's
if you know what
Let's
Boba
talk
is.
about that. Let's talk
Boba
about
Boba is disgusting.
Boba is so
Okay.
good.
No, Boba is terrible. It's
Don't
I
be a
don't like.
coward.
No, I'm sorry. I don't like having little slimy balls in my mouth that taste like garbage. It really tastes
That's why
terrible.
you get flavored little slimy balls.
They were flavored. They just tasted awful.
Well, you got the
The
wrong
drink
flavor
itself
then.
was good. The drink it was like a lavender like vanilla tea or something. It was pretty good.
That's
but,
not
like,
bad.
The
It doesn't
boba
sound too
itself
bad.
was terrible.
Boba
I
is made
hate
of
it.
tapioca. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it sounds like
It's a yogurt.
tapioca.
It's a expired yogurt, Brian. You've been drinking expired yogurt.
Anyways, it's disgusting.
Tapioca balls.
Disgusting. It is
I
disgusting.
agree with you, Jackson. I don't really like boba.
I don't like it. It's not good, and it never will be good. And you can't change my
It's
mind.
always been good. There's nothing wrong with slimy balls when you're drinking ice cream.
There's a lot wrong.
There's a
with it.
lot wrong with that, Brian. I'm sorry.
Not good.
Depending on the person, there's not a lot wrong with this situation. I think we're good.
Okay. So the next thing on my podcast topics list
What the fuck is
Is-
tapioca?
next on my list is fab equals short.
Okay,
And
okay.
then-
First
then
of all,
it says, hang on. It says in asterisk, cursed image. I don't know what that image is. I'm gonna try and find it right now.
all right.
I think I know where to find it, but all I know is that Fab's short. That's all.
Okay,
I know.
no. First of all, I am not short. I am 5'11", all right?
That is
That's,
very short.
No, it's not.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I found
when they
it.
Say
I found it.
5'11", usually they're trying to like compensate because they're actually like 5'10", and they can't say they're 6 foot because they're too short. Fab, care to explain?
No, I'm
What's your true height?
5'11", Brian.
What's your true height?
5'11". I'm literally 5'11".
That's 4 off of a disaster.
If the viewers right now want to see it, go ahead
Put
and
it in
look
the
at
podcast chat.
The podcast chat. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Let me do
above
that.
the yeah.
got it.
Dude,
I'll
For
put
the
it in-
listeners, you won't be able to see it, but join the Discord server and you will.
Yeah.
There you
guys,
You can put it. Can you put it on screen in the editing?
go. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Dude,
Fab
that's a
is short.
horrible picture, first of all.
Fab is short. That's why it's a cursed image. Fab is short.
I am not short.
You're extremely short.
I am
you
not
look
short.
like you're haunting that house.
Dude, I am haunting that house.
Uh,
Like the ghost is hiding from you, bro. That's scared.
so that's all I have in my podcast topics list. That's it. That's
Oh
all I
my
got.
god.
Let's talk about why Jackson tall.
Why
6'4".
Jackson what? Oh, why Jackson's tall.
I'm
Yeah.
6'4". You know, I have I have pretty cool hair. I'm a nice guy, and I'm pretty. So if you want to hit my line, just hit my line, and we can link up. You know what I'm saying, baby girl?
I'm just gonna censor all that.
Fact or cap.
Do not
we
censor all.
He's gonna be like, and just beep, 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 beep.
I got a skinny. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a
Yeah,
six
that's
pack.
all gonna
but
be
only because I'm
censored.
skinny.
So basically,
yeah.
he was malnourished as a kid.
I'm just malnourished in general. I don't eat.
This dude eats lots of
I eat dude. I eat it
nicotine
so
sack.
much. I do. That is something else that I enjoy, and I
It's
eat a
so
lot
good.
of.
You know, it's really smoky outside. I swear I'll stop vaping. It's getting out of hand.
Yeah, I walked outside. I was standing outside for like 30 minutes, and I could feel it in my lungs. I was like, "Oh, no, please, no, fire,
No.
smoke. It hurts.
It hurts.
It hurts. I don't like it."
Dude, it looked like there was jizz on my it looked like there was jizz on my apron at work today. Dude,
Why?
Okay, so I was organizing the drinkable yogurt, right?
Oh God.
And I pulled one out of the case and it jizzed on me all down my apron. I got
Were they
chunk.
yogurt balls like in tapioca? I mean in boba?
Tapioca is made of roots. It's made of cassava roots. I think that's what it said.
Cassava? What is cassava?
Cassava.
I mean, it has kiss in the name.
It's like like CASSAVA.
Never mind. I don't care.
Cassava root. Tapioca is a starch extracted from cassava root. Whatever. I mean, dude,
I don't
so
know what that is at all.
You're eating roots, like tree roots. But
That's a
it's
pretty
like,
common thing. It's in a lot more stuff than you would believe.
I know.
Yo, what are chicken nuggets made of? Like
McDonald's
chicken nuggets. What are they made of?
chicken. Hopefully.
He said hopefully.
It's been a lie.
But what part of the chicken?
I don't think they really care. It's probably just the extra everything.
I'm pretty sure they just blend it all up into a puree and cook it, like boil it, and then they bread it.
Oh wait, guys, Kieran's calling me. I might have to edit this out, but I'm gonna put him on speaker and say that he's on the podcast.
He's gonna say the N-word.
Yo, you're on the podcast right now. What do you want to say? He hung up. He hung up.
What
I
an
said
idiot.
I said he's on the
idiot.
podcast right now. What do you want to say? And he just went
And he just hung up.
and then hung up.
It's probably at work.
Oh my god.
That sucks.
Or is he's baked?
Probably
He
both.
could be baked.
Probably
I
both.
want to be baked with him. That'd be dope as fuck.
Yeah, so Fab, don't you have a podcast topics list on your phone?
I might.
I thought you did. Who was it that I was joking with about that?
I think it was me.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember. Hey, you can't say that.
What?
Did he say the N-word?
You can't say
Oh yeah, my bad. That's your line. Oh, you also said
Ooh, that's a nice car.
Dude, why is there a black dude talking in my ear?
Dude, it's send a
Brian.
video to the podcast chat. Let's see the phone.
Oh man.
Sorry,
Fuck, I said
everyone's gonna
again.
think I'm fucking racist. No,
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Jackson, we were gonna talk about the previous
I'm not racist, guys.
the previous episode of the Eureka trip where you know how Brian lost his knife?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote down Brian has to have a tribal fight with the guy who finds the backpack.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
So I think the only fair way for Brian to get his knife back is he has to track down the person that found the knife and have a battle to the death. No weapons, just fists on the beach where we lost it. First one to die loses. Actually, they might win. I don't know the circumstances. But if
First
they
one
win,
to
I
die?
think-
Damn, battle of the death?
Planned on
Battle
using
to
a
the
gun.
death?
No weapons. It's gonna be
Apparently not anymore.
You can only use weapons that you craft from what you find on that beach 30 minutes before the fight.
I'm gonna grab a seagull in the air and smack him with it.
You just gotta find Gerald. Send him out as a warrior.
Fucking,
Gerald.
it's
Was
not
it Jerome?
Gerald,
It's Jerome. You gotta find Jerome.
He
gonna
forgot
find
the
that
fucking.
blackhead.
He forgot the seal's name.
Yeah, I
the
did.
blackhead floating around in the ocean, and I'm gonna make him beat his ass.
Tame him. Stick him.
Well, dude, I'll be like, sick him, Jerome, and then he's gonna like not know what to do because a seal's coming at him at like -3 miles an hour. And you can just
Dude.
walk away to get away, but like honestly, it's pretty intimidating.
Did you guys
Just
see the
throw
new
him in the water.
Jackass?
What?
Wait, what?
Did you guys see the new Jackass trailer?
No.
They
Nah.
made another Jackass movie, and they did a special for Shark Week. And they made a trailer for it, right? Advertising Shark Week. And they go out on this boat, get a whole bunch of sharks around the boat, and they put out a ramp right where they were feeding all the sharks. They have someone go wakeboarding, and they jump the ramp into a bunch of sharks, and they crash, and it just shows this dude getting mauled by a shark.
Oh
Jeez.
my god.
I want to watch it so bad. Like, I cannot wait to see that.
Who
And then they made
approved of this?
they made a whole other Jackass movie too. So I'm really hyped for that. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be good. But they're all like old and like sober now, so they don't have the drug power that they used to have. So they used to just like snort a line of heroin and be like, "Let's go," you know.
Can you even snort a line of heroin?
I meant cocaine.
thought you
Yeah,
just
that made
like-
absolutely no
Make
sense,
cocaine.
Jackson.
I meant cocaine.
He
Yes,
said
I
snort a
could've
line of heroin.
I think you can. I think you have to like microwave it, and
Only Jackson would know.
Microwave
you
it
have
in a
to-
spoon.
yeah, no, you have to microwave it, and then it gets crystallized into a powder. I watched the Steve-O documentary, and he was talking about microwaving some sort of drug. And I think it was
Oh my
I think it
God.
was heroin. I don't know, but then he'd snort it.
Can
So-
you bake your weed to get more baked?
Shut up!
Someone please say something.
Shut up!
Brian, shut the fuck up, dude.
Awkward silence, dude.
Hey,
It
can we
killed
have
me.
a moment of silence for George Floyd?
No.
I
I mean, yeah.
no.
This
I
moment
probably-
of silence was as quiet as the streets in Illinois.
Chicago.
Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago. So Fab, has anything new happened in your life? You still a virgin or what?
Was that
Shut the
racist?
fuck up.
That sounded racist.
No, Brian, you're fine.
It's probably
I
mildly
had
racist.
a rat jump on my foot at the compactor one time. I was
Really?
at work just like chucking
How was
garbage in
that?
the compactor, and I didn't realize that it was a rat at first, but I just was chucking bags as usual, and I felt something land on my foot, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then I see a rat scurrying under the compactor. I was like, "Holy shit!" This rat just
Oh,
jumped on my
speaking of-
foot.
Speaking of rats, I have a funny story about that. So we were at work and we wanted to play some basketball on our downtime. And so
You
we
play
went over.
basketball at work?
Yeah, I can't go into why just because this is podcast and it's going to be online. But we have some downtime, so we're like, let's play some basketball. And so we pull the hoop out of the garage and we grab the basketball and it's flat. So we're like, oh well, let's just play some ping pong. So there's a ping pong table there too. So we start playing ping pong and we're having a good time. And then I miss it and it goes into this bucket that's sitting next to an ice maker. I walk over it and I look in the bucket to grab it and I take a big old sniff. I just almost vomit. Worst smell I've ever smelled in my life. There's just 2 dead mice in the bottom of this bucket and a ping pong ball and a bunch of bugs and like maggots. It was terrible and I almost threw up because the smell was that bad. I don't like the smell of death. It's not good. Hello?
Awkward silence.
Oh yeah, and then we were putting the basketball hoop back and it fell on me.
Oof, that's
That
tough.
hurt. That hurt pretty bad. So,
That probably
is
didn't
there
help your
anything-
concussion, did it?
Well, I got my concussion today. I got basketball hoop fell on me like.
Didn't you
couple
get it
days ago.
yesterday?
Or yeah,
That's why
yesterday.
you smoked so
Sorry,
much
I
weed
have
that
a
you
concussion.
like passed out.
Yeah, sorry.
Dude,
I have a
we were
concussion.
supposed to record the podcast, and I messaged
We already
the group
talked
chat.
about it.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
already talked about it.
No, listen. I messaged the group chat, and I was like, "Are we recording the podcast tonight?" And Jackson goes, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." And then I get home, and he's like not answering whatsoever. I call him, I FaceTime him. I'm like adding him on Discord and everything, and he's just like, "Nope."
Yeah. Yeah. So, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? It's coming close to an hour. I think we have like 10 minutes left. So, is there anything else you guys
we have
want
to
talk
find
about?
something else to talk about. A different
I
topic.
mean, it doesn't have to be an hour. But Brian, do you have
I
anything
want it to be an
interesting
hour.
other than racing?
Other than racing,
Yeah, racing that Corolla.
sure. So basically, at work today, um, I shouldn't say that. This is really racist. Can't say it. Sorry, guys.
It could be edited
Go ahead.
out, Brian.
Okay, no, let's just not.
It was kind of racist.
Okay.
It had
Well, now I'm
Um,
interested. Now I'm interested.
Like I didn't say the N word, if that's what you're worried about.
No, I'm just interested in the story. Go ahead, tell it.
Okay, yeah, I might have to get edited out. And so
Okay.
I was stalking the yogurt area where the yogurt jizzed on me. It was like right there, same spot. And
Title.
the
The yogurt jizzed on me.
that
Title.
time yogurt.
That's gonna be
jizzed
the
on me.
title.
And I was putting stuff on the shelf, and she kind of just like looks at me and she goes, "Yo, I need you." I was like, "Wow, she's important. She sounds important, guys."
He sounds like Black Panther. I must listen to her.
Okay, the racism has to do with that. Okay, and she points at the bottom left to this like 2-gallon bottle of vanilla chai, whatever the fuck vanilla chai is, and I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yo, grab that in the box." I was like, "Okay, in the box." And I grab it for her, and just I give it to her. She was like, I was thinking about how I would like explain this to someone because this felt like a very important event in my life, but I wasn't really sure because like I mean
The prophet
just
returns.
talking just just talking to a black lady is not really important, but when she sounds like that, kind of important.
Okay,
And
that was it.
just there, I don't know exactly what happened. I'm so baked right now. I just remember thinking in my head like Wakanda forever, I guess. Like just saying that to her at some point. But she's walking away. She's like, "All right, bye." I'm like, "Okay, Wakanda forever," or
He
something
said.
like that.
He said,
I don't think
"Wakanda
that's no. That
forever,
can
I
stay in.
guess."
That can stay in.
Yeah, that can stay
Oh,
in.
that's funny.
That's
That is
funny.
hilarious.
racist, I feel like. Because not
No,
every black
I don't
person
think
is Wakandian.
I mean, I don't
Is
think
that what
any
it's
black
called?
person is Wakandian. It's a made-up country.
It is?
It
Yeah.
is a made-up country, I think.
These people are really talking about Wakanda forever when it's not even a place yet.
It's from a Marvel movie, Black Panther.
It's from Black Panther, yeah.
Okay.
Have you never seen that?
I love Black Panther. That's one of my favorite movies.
Oh, I'm sure it is, Mister. I gotta be not racist now.
That's not what's going on here.
Oh, I got something I want to talk about.
They're
Kanye
not-
West.
they're black. Sorry. Go ahead.
Kanye West. Okay, I am a huge Kanye West fan. I don't know about you guys, but I love Kanye's music. And during, I think it was the Olympics or something, he had a song in a Nike commercial, and it was a teaser for his new album, Donda. And it was an
Donda?
amazing teaser. Like the song sounds amazing. I can't wait for it to release. And then yesterday, like last minute, he announced he was going to have an album listening party. And everyone like freaked out. People were getting last minute flights to go and watch this album release party. It was in a giant stadium, and he played his album for like a bunch of people, and the whole time he was just running around an arena not saying a word, just staring at people in the crowd while this album plays. That's the
Legendary,
most
dude.
Kanye shit I have ever heard of. Just like, oh, y'all want me to perform? Listen. And he just stands there and does nothing. And then he was like, yeah, album's dropping tonight at 9 o'clock. And then wake up this morning, no album.
Damn.
Not a single song.
Bro,
Nothing. No album. Once again, the most Kanye shit ever. Tease your album, have a whole release party, give it a release date, and then just not drop it. Makes me so mad because I want to hear this album so bad. Because it's like, it's post-divorce Kanye. Like last time he got out of a relationship and made an album, is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which is one of his best albums ever. So like I have high hopes. Everyone that's heard it says it's amazing. It's like one of his best albums ever. So I am extremely excited. Yeah, I thought I was gonna wake up this morning to some Yeezy, but no.
Wait, people have
Nothing.
already heard the new
Yeah, the
Kanye
people that
West.
went to the
Oh.
release party. Yeah,
Okay.
'cause it was a giant event. Like tons of people went. So like you can find information on it pretty easy. So
Brian, what
Good,
did you
I'm not
just
wearing
send in the podcast chat?
oh god,
Jackson will know. Jackson will know.
what did you send? I don't see anything. Oh, in Discord?
Yeah,
And yeah, Discord podcast.
there's a chat above the actual like
Oh
podcast
my
call.
god, Brian.
I opened Instagram for 2 seconds and that was just there.
Okay.
Pretty beautiful.
Anyways, so I think that's gonna wrap it up. We're just under an hour.
He's not wearing pants, I guess.
Shut up,
Brian,
Trying to
shut
close
up.
the podcast. Thank you guys for listening. Really appreciate it.
I mean, he wears pants during the podcast.
My god.
Brian, shut your fucking mouth.
Okay. Thank you guys for listening to the Squad of Humans podcast. Really appreciate everyone for checking this out, giving us a shot. Yeah, this is our second episode. We're going to try and keep going with this, keep it on a roll. We're going to try and get it down to weekly. I know there's kind of a break between the last upload and now. We kind of all got busy and just had our own stuff going on. But I'm hoping things will get back on more of a schedule. We'll be able to do this weekly. So, yeah, that's it. Bye.
Steven, did you get
Boy.
your car?
Shut up. Bye.